What's up, boys? Before we get into today's video, I just want to warn you about the microphone problems that we had. We just recently bought new mics and we were testing them out in this video, and these are from Amazon, and they're not that great. So if there's a little bit of microphone issues, I apologize. We will most likely not be using them in this kind of scenery again. Try to find some other way to use these or get better mics in general. But currently, this video obviously didn't sound the greatest. So just a little heads up, and still a fun video though. So let's get into it and enjoy. What's up, boys? Welcome back to the vlog, and today we're doing the one thing that everybody loves that we do, and this is the third installment that we've done it, and I'm super excited to finally announce that now that we have the Golf R, we're going to be doing another OBDeleven video. Everybody loves it. It's such a cool little product to get. It's only $100. If you guys don't have one, I will put the link to this one in the description. I bought it a couple years ago. We did it with the Mark 7, then we did it with Nick's Mark 8, and now we're going to do it with the Mark 8 Golf R. So I'm super excited to kind of see what we can do, because when we did Nick's Mark 8 GTI, we weren't able to do as much as we thought we were going to be able to do, because on the GTI, on the Mark 7, on mine, we were able to do so many things, so many cool little features that we could change and adjust to our liking. In the Mark 8 GTI, since it was still kind of new, we weren't really allowed to do that much. And today is the day we're going to finally see what is available on this app and what we can do on this app. And then we're going to kind of see what we can change this car into, what we can code out, what we can kind of make it feel like our own, and let's go for it. So I guess some of the things I've been going through so far on here is that there's fog lights permanently on, which we can't change because we don't have fog lights. So there's a couple features on here that we A, already have because it's a fully loaded vehicle, or B, we don't need to do because we don't have those certain things. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like window auto drop, I did this on the Mark 7. We're probably going to do it on this as well. Cornering lights, which I already have standard on this car. This one's lock and unlock visual confirmation. Visual confirmation when locking and unlocking via remote will notify the vehicle is successfully locked and unlocked, so you know your vehicle is secure and walk around. Oh, that's pretty cool. I guess we could potentially do that too. That's fun. Signal horn, always operable. It is possible to adjust that the horn signal is always operable even when ignition is off. Oh, okay, so you could like beep your horn even though the car is off. This one's sick. So we already have navigation, display, and dashboard. We don't have to worry about that. I think we can pop the view up right here, actually. Today, Junior. There it is. So we already do have that factory in this car, so we don't have to worry about that. But the one below it is pretty interesting. Video in motion, MIB 3 on. So video in motion allows the passenger to watch videos on multimedia while the vehicle is moving. The application does not activate video playback. It only removes restriction while driving.
So we can watch the real speed while we're driving.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but it's weird because it says the application does not activate video playback. It only removes restriction while driving. But what videos can you watch on? That might have to be a research on that one. That's interesting. We might not do that today in this video. That's very interesting. I mean, what does it say already? And just activate it. Okay, interesting. Okay, maybe we'll look at that. We'll see. I'm not. TSR and head-up display. What's that? TSR traffic sign recognition, which I think, oh no, mine's just speed limit. Okay.
Well, while you're driving, it might, because like I know Toyotas do that, where like as you're coming up to a stop sign, then it will pop up like a stop sign or something.
That's kind of cool. All right, that's a fun little feature that I could do. What I check on these is make sure you can do it. Yep, you can do it. You can either turn it on or off and head-up display. That's a cool feature. Puddle lights with folded mirrors. The factory configures it. My mirrors don't fold. G-meter display, we already have that. Transmission temperature, which I believe we have that on here. Yep, we have that all in the operating temp. Steering angle display. That I don't have. Lap timer, which I do have. The one thing we are going to do tonight, Scandinavian DRLs. We are going to do that. Refuel quantity and dashboard. This additional view shows how much fuel is needed to fully fill your tank at any given moment. We might try that.
So it might say like gallons or whatever.
It might say
too full.
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I'm curious. I wonder what that. We might try that because that's cheap. That's only 10 coins. We might try that just to kind of see. Engine RPMs are too high. What the heck, dude? Turn the battery on. I can't with this. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Watch, now it's gonna tell me to have my car on. Ah, there we go. So that's it. I don't think they want your car on. That's why. So now what you can do is, well, we're going to do a couple other little things, and then we'll turn the car on and then show everything, just so we don't have to keep turning the car on and off 100 times. So we'll do, so that worked. That's cool. What we'll do, the Scandinavian DRLs, we'll get those in there. This is just the plug and play right now. So right now we're going to go through some of the options that we've decided that we want to do right now. I will say this app's a little expensive nowadays. When we did it on the Mark 7 3 years ago, it was very cheap. It's pretty expensive now. Everything used to be 10 credits back then. There's a lot of things in here now that are 50 to 100.
Maybe all Mark 7 stuff's 10 credits, and then you get a Mark 8 and it's
100. Oh, it's true, because when I did it on the Mark 7, the car was about 5 or so years old, but the chassis was 2022. The chassis was 7 years old. That specific model that I had was only 5. So that's probably why it was a little bit cheaper. This car is only 2 years old. This car it's technically a 2022 model, but it didn't come here to be sold till, I think it was January or February of 2023. So this car really isn't that old. That could be the reason why it's a little pricier. But yeah, it's definitely not the cheapest units in the world.
For any of you who drives a German car and they charge you for tire pressure sensors, tell them you don't need them, because German cars don't have tire pressure sensors. They go based off the wheel rotation. If one's rotating faster,
They do.
Then it knows it's a low tire pressure.
We're also going to do the steering angle display, because that's kind of cool. Do we need it? Probably not. Actually, for the track, this might be good for track purposes. The one thing I do wish we could have in this car is tire temperature gauges. A lot of BMWs have that. Audis and Volkswagens typically don't. I wish we had that.
High end ones do have the tire pressure, the tire temperature ones, like the RS.
Yeah, the RS will do. We'll do the throttle pedal response, which we'll take the car out for a small drive to see if I notice any difference. So right now it's on standard. We'll change it to responsive. The car is overall pretty responsive anyway. I haven't noticed any issues while driving it. The GTI had a little bit of issues. This car is not. I want to do the 50 credits of the auto lock upon exit. So this car has a cool feature where when you approach the vehicle, it unlocks for you. So in the previous gen GTIs and Golf Rs, you'd have to put your hand, it still had keyless entry, you just put your hand over the door handle and it unlocks. And then when you exit the car, you put the back of your palm on the door handle and then it locks. This car is different. This car, when you approach it, you don't even have to touch anything. As you walk up to it, it just opens without putting your hand over the handle, which I think is really cool. The problem is this car doesn't have both options. It doesn't have the option of, oh, when you walk away, it locks on its own. Oh, when you walk up to it, it unlocks on its own. So this gives you the feature where you can lock it while walking away and it will unlock while you're approaching it, which I think is really cool. And that comes pretty standard in cars and BMW vehicles. Let's now see if we have these displays. So what I'll do is, to make life easier, I'll go to the R display. Refuel quantity is there. Oh, 9 gallons. So, okay, so that basically tells me how many gallons I'd be putting in this car if I filled it right now. That is pretty cool. I don't know how much I'll use it, but it's cool to kind of see if I want to check.
When you're rolling up to the gas station, you'll be like, how much money am I going to spend?
How much money am I going to spend? That's actually a really good idea. How much? How much? What is it?
I wish my car told me. Oh, wait, I already know. $50.
50 bucks. Hey, am I going to spend 35, 40, or 50? What are we going to do? So they only allow... Oh, I'm just noticing that. See, boys, I'm still new to the Mark 8 world. There are certain displays that show up that can show up on this side and certain displays that can show up on this side. So it looks like all the ones that we did from the OBDeleven appear on here. So you can do charge pressure on here, performance on here, which is really cool. I want to change that from kilowatts, which I'm assuming you do through here, to horsepower. Operating temps, yeah, I can't do operating temps on that side. I should have known that. Refuel quantities in there now. That's actually pretty cool. So steering angle. So if I just like, oh, dude, that's so cool. That's going to be cool for the track, just to kind of know what angles I'm kind of turning the wheel at. That's actually kind of, and the tire turns with it. See, you know, in Europe, they give you all this. I don't even think you need an OBDeleven when you have one of the Europe models.
Probably.
You probably don't. I mean, what
Europe
would you...
gets all the cool cars and all the cool features.
They do. They got all the fun stuff.
We got roaring V8 Mustangs, so.
We got roaring V8 Mustangs. That's true. That's done. So now let's take a look at the the Scandinavian DRLs. Oh, yeah, boys. So the only thing I wish they did, so like when you put the blinker on, the one thing I wish you could do, like we did in the Mark 7, is, so they changed the light. And the Mark 7s, this would be the blinker light. So what was cool was it would just blink on this light. It would just blink, blink, blink. You could change it to do the I think it was called the Urban Joke or something like that, where instead of this just blinking, it would articulate.
That would blink, then this would blink.
It would go back.
It'd be like sequential almost.
Sequential lights. You can't do that now because they changed the signal light to be its own yellow light on the bottom, which stinks because I would change it to do that on this if I could. I never vlogged that moment that I did that. I changed that last year because I made the OBDeleven video, what, almost 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And I never vlogged that, but I did end up doing that to the front and the rear light. All right, now let's try to see if the car locks on its own. Let's close the door. Come on. Come on. I don't know if it's doing it.
Maybe you gotta walk way further.
Let's
just keep walking down the street till it locks. All
right, I'll see you later, guys. Peace out. All right, so keyless access is active. Lock vehicle when leaving. All right, boys, so before that wasn't in here. Before it just said unlock vehicle when approaching, and the lock vehicle when leaving, that was not there at all. That was not there. Okay, all right, hold on, boys, hold on. All right, hold on. Hold on a minute. Yes! Let's go! Thank God. So we finally have unlock when approaching. Now you want to work, huh? There we go. So now we have unlock when approaching the vehicle, lock when leaving the vehicle. That's all. I mean, I don't mind putting my hand like this. It's not that it's a big deal. It's just cool that you can do that. I don't know. I just think it's a pretty cool.
And now he feels like he's driving an Audi.
Now it feels like I'm driving a BMW.
But Audis do it too.
Fair enough. So for the most part, I do notice a difference. Oh yeah. It's definitely more responsive. The question is how much? I don't know. I don't really feel too much. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of a difference in the throttle response. I mean, it's definitely a little bit more aggressive. Like it's touchy, as you can see, as you can feel. Just a little bit of the touch. So before, to get that jolt, to get that, I guess, Jesus, to get that aggressive feel, you really had to do this. Well, now you could just do this. You can feel it now. So there is a little bit of a difference for sure. All right, boys, that's going to be the end of today's video. We got to experience some cool features on the OBDeleven in the Mark8 Golf R, which is really cool. We actually found some pretty cool things, and there is more. Like I said, I might make a couple more little shorts of little things that I do over time, just testing out little things. I just wanted to try a couple things tonight just to see how this car reacts and works compared to the Mark 7 did. So I'm actually very impressed with some of the features, very cool and unique things. I do like that it added that in the settings for the central locking. I thought that was cool. Little things like that, but we might try the colors. We might try different little things as time goes on, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It was really fun making it, really cool to experience another car with the OBDeleven as usual. There'll be a lot more coming on the channel because, as you boys know, we're always buying German cars, especially Audis and V-dubs. So we'll see a lot more in the coming future of real speed. But thank you guys for watching, and I really enjoyed that. That was fun.
Hopefully we can get some stuff on my Audi with the OBDeleven, find more stuff. But appreciate you guys for watching today. And if you like the content here, give us a like, subscribe. Everyone's appreciated. And with that, see you guys in the next one.
Peace out, boys.